Bojo, Nindway Maganaduk, Nimki Nagwagantishnakas Mektotem, Nimki Waj Dunchba. Miquachamijang, the Kikinagago, Miquachamijang, Menomatis, Miquachamijang, Biwe Windam, the Bajmon. Just said, my name is Beverly Bannon. I'm from Fort Wayne First Nation. I'm very thankful for everything. I'm very thankful for all the stories and all the education that I've been learning about the nuclear waste, and also being grateful for all of my relations. And I thanked for a good life. And Nindui Maganaduk is all my relations. So Gidok Wishnam Nindui Maganaduk. It's like help all my relations. Well, I wanted to protect generations to come from this nuclear reactive activity that is not really very good for us. It can cause a lot of sickness in our environment and in the people itself. So I decided to be an advocate and to continue being an advocate for the earth, because that's part of like my job as an Indigenous person. We call ourselves Odishquagamik, the people of the last Great Lakes, and so a long time ago, the whole community voted no. We do not want this here. So and part of like being Wabashishi and Dotem, the part of the Martin clan or the Beaver clan, we are the warriors, the protectors, and the providers of the land and of the community. We could actually breathe fresh air. We can drink fresh water. My whole life pretty much is the connection with the land and to since the women are the water carriers, we protect the water. So my one role model was Josephine Mandamin. She was the lady that walked for the water. And so so when I'm by the water and I look at when it's not clean, I sing the water song, and it responds to the song. Like I have that connection, and I feel connected with the water. So I have a lot of like community members. They're concerned right now about the nuclear waste that's going to be coming through Thunder Bay. The whole community voted no. We don't want that here. I took it upon myself to educate myself what's happening, and to educate other people in the community, and I think it's a really good idea to have that solidarity. I think solidarity is important, so we can protect the earth from this nuclear waste. It's very toxic, and it's very dangerous for Northwestern Ontario, for anywhere actually. And it can contaminate our drinking water where it's not drinkable. It can contaminate the earth where it's not usable. Mother Earth has a way of cleaning up herself. I think prayer is really good, but also getting out there and actually doing something. Well, I'm getting out there. I'm going to all the big businesses on Fort Wayne First Nation. I went to THP. I went to Bannon's. I went to the KNA, and just putting the petitions out there. And I'm going and talking with people about it in the community, saying this is what's going on, and going to actual council meetings, and getting actively involved in educating. This is like, we have to do something, and we have to stop this from happening. And it's so important if we as a community become together with standing up and saying no, we don't want this here. So I think that's important, that we help each other to have a sustainable earth with safe drinking water, and a really beautiful, clean environment for the animals and stuff, and for humans, of course, because it's important. Because we need natural resources. We need trees, we need fresh air, we need clean water. Like I said, we said no a long time ago to this, and so the no is not going to turn to yes. They're all very, they're behind what's happening to say no as well. And these petitions will be sent to the proper government and saying, you know what, we don't want this here, and can you do something for us? And I just recently went to Judith Monteith, her big event, and so she's backing us up. As we definitely all have to stand up in solidarity and support each other to not have this come through, and to not have this nuclear waste dumped in our backyard. The Nuclear Free North Caucus group, which I joined because like I want to also have that solidarity and have that connection to say, you know, we have to do something today. Like I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say no, and a lot of other people are saying no too. The community is saying no, so I'm an advocate for that, and it's a lot of honor for me to be continuing to do that, because like my ancestors, you know, have done that, have lived off the land, hunting and fishing, and so they're thinking about that, you know, because like that still happens out on the reserve. So that's why I stepped up and said, you know what, we have to educate the First Nation people that what's going on. And so when I stood up and said something about it, they were just like, what? So they're, you know, I don't think they knew that was happening either. So I think it's important to know and be educated, know what's happening, know what's going on, and to do something about it. Being from the Wabajishi and Dotem, the Martin clan, we're the warriors, protectors, and providers of the land, and I want to be the warrior, the protector, and provider for my kids' kids. And so I let them know about it, and so I'm hoping, and you know, that the generations to come will have like a sustainable earth. And so that's what I've been actually fighting for. It takes a lot to stand up and to go into a place and to say what you have to say about nuclear waste, and they're like, what? So yeah, it was kind of like quite an honor to be able to work with wonderful people. I'm just thinking, you know, about the kids' my grandkids, and my great grandkids, and you know, further, like I want to protect that land for them. So I'm doing everything I can to do that. Like I taught my daughter about the water song, and I, you know, teaching the kids and grandkids about, you know, the different ways that we can go out into the land and go pick medicines and stuff. So I'm trying to continue from what I've learned from my parents and listen to the stories from my grandparents, and it's important to keep those traditions and culture alive. I've always been passionate about the Indigenous language, to kind of revitalize it, and to revitalize the clan systems, because like it creates a sense of identity and a sense of belonging. So we all like belong of this earth. Like each one of us has a special gift. Every single person has a special gift. And so when we honor that special gift and kind of like, so go after that special gift, then that creates a strong self-esteem, strong, be able to stand up to a lot of what's happening out in the world right now. And it is pretty, like the Wet'suwet'en, they're going through like a difficult time trying to protect their territory, you know, with all the army and everything, the police coming in and just railroading them, and just like, I'm hoping that doesn't happen here, you know, like for that to happen. I think it's so that's why I'm educating people about the water, the go plant some trees, um, and keeping things simple. I think like if we continue to use the land and continue to honor that land, I think it will sustain if we have that connection with the land. And so that's my passion, is that connection with the land. And that's what the elders had told me about, is that having that connection, and going out and hugging a tree and let the tree hug you, and kind of like going out and hiking and stuff, and saying chimiquich, for everything, you know. So like when I wake up in the morning, that's what I do. I say chimiquich amijang nakikinagigo, or chimiquich amijang minomares. Thank you for good life. And so that's what I do. I'm an advocate for prayer and thanking, like, because we were brought up that way, to be thankful and to be grateful for everything. So I'm really, want to stop this, but I can't do it alone. So that's what solidarity is about, is coming together about the same issue, and it's a very concerning issue. For me, like I appreciate everybody that has been actually getting involved and doing wonderful work in creating an awareness, and to get all of the people together for solidarity to help create a better environment for Thunder Bay, for the surrounding areas, and we need to stand together, and I think to make it a better world for our kids' kids'. So